Hello, welcome to a Young Man's Workshop. First of all, for all of you who have subscribed to me and who continue to subscribe to me and watch my channel, thank you. As I am filming this, I am at 423 subscribers, which to me, I have a hard time believing that I'm there. I've been at this for about 9 months, and I'm very excited that you all have enjoyed what I have to offer and what it is that I'm putting together and documenting and sharing with you on YouTube. This story is about a side-lit acrylic autograph board. Back in September of 2015, I went to a woodworking conference in Kansas City that was called Woodworking in America. Now, I released a video, I think in October, about this sticker board, which came out of that conference. I went to that conference really not because of my channel, but really I wanted to connect with the great woodworkers and makers that I've seen across the country who have put out YouTube videos for years. It was important to me because for the first time they're all going to be in one place, and just the energy that was going to come out of that seemed something like I really needed to be a part of. And so I did. And one of the things they put on their website, and I think Nick Ferry runs the website, was, hey, if you're going to come to Kansas City to see us, make something, do something to show us and share with us. This community that they're building is very much about sharing. And so what I did is I cut a piece of acrylic and I had them all autograph it. The idea was that I'd have something with all their autographs on it, and I was gonna backlight it or sidelight it. I was gonna do something with it. I wasn't quite sure. I just knew I was gonna frame it and it was gonna be a memento. Well, the conference was fantastic. I got to meet a lot of great people. The information I got from them, the encouragement was fantastic. Before the conference, I had 6 subscribers. I think that was my family and myself. I subscribed to myself to make myself feel better about my channel. At least something was happening. And then after that conference, a few of them subscribed to me because they were interested in what I was doing and interested in building this community. And then I think I jumped to about 50 subscribers. And that lasted for quite a while. And doing this YouTube journey, taking some of these ideas I have in my head and putting them into real life has been challenging, because some things I think are going to be great, like, oh, this is an amazing project, I've been thinking about it for months and I'm really going to put it out there and like 10 people watch it. And then there's these other things that I think are marginally cool or are just full of mistakes, and I'll talk about those mistakes and share with people, and those just take off. And it's just interesting to me how things have changed for me as I've continued putting stuff on YouTube. Well, during that whole time, I always wanted to get back to this project where I cut this acrylic board, I had them all sign it. It actually broke on my way back to where I live. None of the signatures, thankfully, but it broke on the way back to where I lived, and it was just very challenging. I wanted to put something together that really showed how much I valued and respected and was interested and wanted to be a part of what this video woodworking community was doing. And finally, about a month ago, I was making a finger joint jig, which was the first joint I would have ever done that wasn't just a butt joint. It was the first time I'd ever tried to do something that was completely out of my comfort zone. And as I was doing it, I remembered, hey, I can cut aluminum on my table saw. And then once that started, I realized I had an aluminum channel that I could use as a light housing. And finally, for the first time, it felt like I had something that was kind of my idea and my contribution that would house this autograph board appropriately. And so I finger jointed the aluminum to a piece of scrap Padauk that I had, and then I rested it in a piece of walnut and maple that I hollowed out. And it's very basic electronics, but I was just glad I had an idea. And as I started this process, especially with my finger joint jig not being perfect, the first time I'd done one, I kind of felt that discouragement creeping up again about, oh, but this frame isn't going to be perfect. You have all these amazing woodworkers who have hundreds of thousands of subscribers who have done these amazing build videos, and what are you going to do with the autograph board? You're going to put it in some kind of crooked, weird, awkward frame. But then I realized, well, this is a young man's workshop. And I think what I'm most trying to communicate to the world out there is that you got to do something. when you finally have that spark of an idea, you have to take that and you have to move forward with it. And even though this isn't perfect, and actually as I was putting it together and realizing how many imperfections there were, I actually kind of liked it more. Because for like 9 months, I was so scared to do something with this piece of acrylic that I valued so much that I just didn't do anything at all. And that doesn't really help me either. Out of that, I don't get to practice. I don't get to fail and learn and stumble and pick myself back up. Instead, it just sits. And instead, I have nothing of value to add. So I actually found out that as I just kind of trusted the idea and trusted myself to move forward, this ended up being the perfect project for a young man's workshop, because it isn't exactly perfect. But once it is all sanded down, once it's lit up, once I figured out what I need to figure out, the novelty of it is amazing. And to me, when I look at this, I don't see just the failures, just where the finger joint didn't line up exactly with the aluminum, or where the walnut doesn't mesh perfectly with the maple, or that I couldn't quite figure out a way to perfectly house the electronics. What I see is something that I've never done before, and a mixture of all kinds of materials. I have acrylic, and I have aluminum, and I have wood, and I have electronics. And this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to share. I like practicing and doing what other people have done, but I do that to get to the next level of taking the things that I'm inspired to do and that I have imagined to do, and finally getting them into the physical realm. So thank you for watching. I appreciate all you have subscribed to me and supported this channel by sharing my content, and I continue to do it, and I continue to be excited about moving up with my projects, both in complexity and especially in quality. Thank you very much.